All right, let's talk about the Consumer Price Index. Consumer Price Index is kind of a comparison of how prices change over time. So in these questions, what they're using is the base based on the cost in 1983, because what you do, like the formula says here, is you get a cost from a base year and you work from that. And in this example, we're working with the cost in 1983, but it could be adjusted to anything depending on what we're working with. So let's take a look. It says the cost of a hand towel in 1983 was $2.58. The CPI for hand towels is 120. What's the current cost of hand towels? So look at what they're asking for. They're asking for current cost, so I'm going to find the formula that does current cost. Right here, current cost equals. This is the formula we want to use for this question because they were asking for the current cost. Okay, it's equal to the cost in 1983, which it said was $2.58, times the CPI, which it said was 120, divide by 100. Okay, that's standard. So we do the top, 2.58 times 120 gives me $309.6, and then again divide by 100. And we get a current cost of 3.096. This is money, so remember we want to the nearest cent, we just want two places. The 6 would make us round our 9 up to 10, so we get $3.10 would be the current cost of a hand towel based on this information. Okay, so in this question we're still dealing with Consumer Price Index, or CPI. And it says the current cost of a blender is $65. The cost in 1983 is $25. This time they say, what is the CPI for the blender? So when we're looking at our formulas up here, we want the one that gives us CPI. So we want the one that says CPI equals. So this is the formula we're going to use to find the CPI. Let's put in our information. It says you take the current cost, it says the current cost of a blender was $65, divided by the cost in 1983. In 1983, it says a blender was $25. And then we're supposed to multiply by 100. So we go ahead and do 65 divided by 25 is 2.6. And then we go times 100. And we get a CPI of 260 for blenders. Right, still dealing with the same thing, but let's see what they're asking for. They give us the current cost of a box of cereal is $3.42. At the time of writing, the CPI for cereal was $320.60. What is the cost of a box of cereal in 1983? So we want to know what the original cost of the cereal was back in 1983. So here is the formula we're going to use. The cost during our base year. Okay, our base year we were using for these questions was 1983, and that's what we want to find. So let's follow the formula. It says to take the current cost. The current cost of cereal was $3.42. Divide that by the CPI. They said the CPI was 320.6. And then we are supposed to multiply by 100. Okay, so we do 3.42 divided by 320.6 gives me 0.01066, and we're going to multiply by 100. And we get 1.0667. Now let's remember what we were talking about here. We were talking about the cost of a box of cereal. So this is a price. So we want to go just to the nearest cent, which is 2 places after the decimal, and then decide whether we need to round. 6 would make us round our up to 7. So we get $1.07 would be the cost of a box of cereal in 1983 based on this information.